Hi, everyone. Marissa Stone here, owner of the Systems Lounge and host of the brand spanking new Women's Biz Systems podcast. And I want to welcome you today, the 2019 Premier International Women's Business Systems Virtual Summit Speaker Spotlight Series, where you get to meet and greet many of our coveted speakers. And this is a great opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about them, hear a lot of the reasons why they go into, they're doing the type of work that they're doing today. And then I also put each and every one of them into the hot seat to give you guys a little bit of additional insight into who they are as people, what they like, what they dislike, things like that. And I want to encourage you not to miss out on your free ticket, and then also seriously consider purchasing your all access pass. So today we are speaking with Lyndal Harris, and she is inside our track 4. And inside track 4, we talk all about ways in which you show up for your audience. And Lyndal covers truly streamlining your podcast process. So if you have not yet figured out, am I going to do a podcast? Do I even want to struggle or fight with a podcast? This is a great session in order for you to learn a little bit more about what you need to do on the front end before you even begin, so that you can get that up and running quickly and easily. Now, one of the things that Lyndal and I spoke about before we jumped on this call was why she actually niched down into working just on podcasts to begin with. And that was that her husband was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Lyndal, tell us what happened.
Yeah, well, I have been a VA, virtual assistant, sort of more in the generic field and content marketing, helping people implement their blogs and their email marketing and social media marketing. And in May 2019, my husband was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And we were told from the very outset it was terminal, and that they could only do palliative chemo for him.
Right.
And so, it was at that point I thought I really need to circle back to why I went into business for myself. I need to be there for my family, and I need to work a business model that will I can build a team behind, I can scale, and something that I really love doing. So I came across podcasting and met a lot of podcasters at a podcasting conference that same year, or just a little bit earlier than this had happened. And so, I decided to, after much deliberation and conversations with a really good business bestie of mine, that I would niche down into podcast support only. And it's just been the best thing I've done.
Wow. So you had gone to a podcast conference, but did you have a podcast at this point? Were you even looking at, how did this come about that you chose podcasting? Because out of all the things you could do as a virtual assistant.
I know. So no, and something that people don't know about me is that I don't have a podcast, and people find that quite surprising. I am about to launch a podcast soon, but at the time, just with the way things were in my life, I knew that I couldn't show up and put 100% into it. So I thought, rather than do a half-hearted job at it, I would wait and actually launch one when the time was right. So that is coming. It's in the pipeline. But I went to the conference because I was working with a client on one of my VA clients, and a couple of my clients at the time, when I was doing their content marketing, were looking to do podcasting. And that was the big realization for me, is how much work goes into creating a podcast every week or every fortnight. And so that's when I went, that's where I could be a real assistance to people. So it was great.
So how many podcasts at this point have you worked on? Do you even know the number?
That's a good question. I don't know the exact number, but I do know I've launched over 35 clients.
Okay.
And I am currently working with about 26 weekly or fortnightly clients. And then we have a few extra people that we work on an ad hoc project basis.
Nice. Okay. Wow. That is absolutely brilliant. And I love that you took a situation that was just a really difficult situation and you said, okay, how am I going to be there? And then you redesigned, because we always hear about designing your dream life, right? And what you did was you completely redesigned your life in order to do the things you wanted to do, which was be with your family, support your husband and his chemo and all that he had going on, and all those things that you need to show up for.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really like it's life changing. It just is when something like that happens, and it was a really big eye opener to think, what can I do here to put some of the fear and everything that I was feeling around what was happening with Simon, and put that into a positive thing, and really learn the lessons. I guess you go into business, certainly as a VA, you hear about whether or not you should niche, and in lots of other industries as well. And, why do you go into business? What is your why? And it was certainly a big realization for me to sit back and go through all of those things that I'd learned, and I'd heard about how I, if I want to scale the business, do I do this? And I'd done lots of training in it. So it was an opportunity for me to sit down and think, if I really want this to work, so that I don't have to go back to a job when I am a single income family looking after 2 young kids, I really need to start putting things into practice. So it's been a real lesson of personal development as well for me to take the sad, hard, negative side of things and try and turn it into a positive when it's, when you're feeling down about things. And he did pass away, and we've had our ups and downs and turmoil. And but I do love what I do as in my business. So that has been very helpful. And I have an amazing team that I work with as well.
Yeah. And it's almost like he gave you this as kind of your legacy to set you up and get you going, because you were almost forced to make that change. And, we hear about stories like yours all the time, where somebody has had to make a change because of something that was detrimental happening in their lives. But the reality is, guys, is if things aren't working for you and you want to change that, it's totally doable. Lyndal has done it. Obviously, she was forced into that change, but she's loving the way that things are today with regard to her business and her clients and all the really cool things she gets to do, because she gets to work on such amazing projects with all of these clients. I would definitely get, take an opportunity and pick her brain a little bit more about that. And speaking of picking your brain, Lyndal, we want to put you in the hot seat for a moment. Now, okay. I have a handful of questions that I have been asking each one of our speakers, just to give us an opportunity to get to know you better. And I really want you, don't put much thought into the answers. Just really think about the first thing that comes to your mind, because we just want an opportunity to learn a little bit more about you. So how does that sound to you?
Sure. I don't know what the questions are, so it's always a little nerve-wracking, but go for it.
Okay, so let's just begin at the beginning. What is your favorite food?
Oh, seafood.
Oh, really? Any particular type of seafood?
Prawns and bugs.
Nice. Love it. Love it. Okay. What about your favorite beverage?
Oh, there's a toss up between coffee and wine.
Oh, okay. It depends on what's happening, right?
What time of day it is and how, yeah.
Right. Sometimes it's a wine day. Sometimes it's a heavy coffee day. We don't know. Okay. What about your favorite season of the year?
Definitely spring.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
Love spring.
Okay. I'm such a sun bum, so I love the summertime, but I do love spring. I think spring is beautiful. Okay. The systems queen is not going to let you out of here without asking this question. What's your favorite piece of technology?
Okay. That would be a toss up right now between Asana or Dubsado, because both of them work really well in my business. Yeah, I love it. They keep me on track.
All right. And we love to hear that. I'm such an Asana girl myself, so I totally get you there. Okay. Are you a morning or a night person?
Morning.
Okay. How about gold or silver?
Silver.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Definitely coffee. You said that earlier. Chocolate or caramel?
Oh, chocolate. Definitely chocolate.
Yeah. I can see now I'm going to have to send all the speakers chocolate. They're all loving the chocolate. iOS or Android?
iOS.
All right. And then what is one of those weird quirks that most people don't know about you?
Oh, okay. Well, I love chocolate and I love peanut butter and I love every combination of it.
Wow.
I love chocolate and peanut butter together.
So you'll just mix your own and do whatever, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Piece of chocolate, jar of peanut butter. We're good to go.
I love it. Okay. What about a bucket list item that you've not yet completed?
Oh, would love to travel to South America.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What part of South America? Any particular place?
No, I'd like to do quite an extensive sort of trip around. Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, that sounds brilliant. I want to do Australia. I just really want to just go for like a month and just hang out and enjoy oh my gosh, everything about it. I'm in awe. Okay. Yeah. Last question I want to ask you is what motivates you to, work with the clients the way that you do and set them up inside their own podcast so that they can thrive?
What motivates me? I love that I can help someone get their message out to the world, particularly I love helping all clients. There are clients though that might have the technical know-how, but there are some who have no clue of the technicalities, and without our help, they just simply would not be able to produce a podcast and get their message out there. So that really, I love that side of things, that we can help someone by just giving them a microphone and saying record the audio, and we can help get it out there to the world. So that definitely motivates me.
Wow. I love it. I love it. And guys, I love that Lyndal describes something that she's really passionate about, and now she has turned it into an industry that she can work within and support her family and enjoy designing her own dream life. Lyndal, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I've had so much fun getting to know you. This has been phenomenal as always.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. That was good. I was a bit nervous about some of those questions, the quick fire questions, but they were...
That's the goal. Put you on your toes, right? Guys, definitely click on the link. It is in the description and also in the title. And do not miss out on Lyndal's session. She is inside our track 4, and you are definitely not going to want to miss it. If you are trying to figure out your own podcast, figure out how to get it up and running, she goes through an entire system of streamlining that process so that you will be a stellar podcaster too. Lyndal, thanks so much. And guys, we will see you inside the summit and also inside the next speaker spotlight. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Marissa.
You're very welcome. Talk to you soon.
Bye.